After I had surgery, my family promised they'd be there to help me get back on my feet. Instead, they packed up and went skiing, leaving me completely alone, no food, no meds, nothing. When I finally got my brother on the phone, all he said was, "Don't guilt trip me. We're on vacation, not your staff." I just muttered, "Thanks for showing your true colors." 2 weeks later, I made a decision they never saw coming. Suddenly, I was hit with 32 messages. "Please talk to us. We're begging." All right, not sure how to really dive into this. I've never posted here before, but I'm furious and I need to vent. Not asking for advice or anything. I just gotta get this off my chest. Sorry in advance if it's all over the place. This all went down recently, but if I'm being honest, the strange energy started even before that. So, I had surgery on my left knee. Nothing life-threatening, but serious enough that recovery's no joke. Right now, I can't walk properly and driving's out of the question. My family swore they'd step in and help out. I live in the basement unit of my parents' house. We've always shared the load as a family. Everyone pitches in, that's just how it's always been. There's my parents and my younger brother, he's pushing 30, married, no kids, lives a few neighborhoods away. I'm the oldest, the one who's always stepped up. If something breaks, they call me. If someone needs a ride or help organizing an event, I'm the go-to guy. Sure, I'm not always the easiest person, I get that. But I've always shown up when it mattered. The doctors were clear about what I needed during recovery: help with food, no stairs, someone to bring meds on schedule, and assistance changing bandages. Everyone in the family acted all in. My mom even set up a group chat to coordinate some kind of surgery support system. But then, just a couple of days before the procedure, my brother started getting weird. I overheard him in the kitchen telling his wife they weren't postponing their trip again. "He'll be fine," he said. "He always is." I let it slide, figured maybe he was just frustrated or tired. He's always kind of brushed me off like I'm exaggerating. If I get sick, he'll crack jokes about me wanting sympathy. If I ask for a hand, I get the eye roll. He thinks I'm too sensitive. And my parents, especially Mom, are always quick to defend him. "He's just joking," they'll say. "He's got a lot going on." Honestly, he's gotten a free pass his whole life. Back when we were kids, he'd break something and somehow I'd be the one getting blamed. I wish I was kidding. Surgery day rolls around. Everything goes smoothly. Mom stays the night and Dad checks in from time to time. I spend most of the day sleeping. The next day, it's just me in the living room stuck on the couch with the TV. Mom texts saying she'll be late and my brother has some errands to run. I send a message in the group chat, nothing but silence for hours. By the third day, no one shows up in the morning. My phone alarm goes off for my meds, but I can't move fast enough to grab them from the high shelf they left them on. I message the group again, still no answer. I call Mom. No response. I'm irritated, but I try to stay patient. Maybe they're just behind schedule. I wait until lunchtime. Still nothing. Now I'm getting dizzy and really hungry. The fridge is a wasteland, just some expired yogurt and mustard. Nobody's restocked it since I loaded it up with frozen meals before the surgery. I try climbing the stairs and nearly fall. So I call my brother. He answers on speaker. I hear wind and music in the background. "What's up?" he asks. "Where's everyone?" "I need help," I tell him. He laughs and says, "We're on the road heading to the mountain." I'm confused. "Wait, who's we?" He says, "Mom, Dad, my wife, and me. We're going skiing." I'm just stunned. "I'm literally stuck here," I say. "I can't even reach my medication." He sighs and goes, "Come on, don't guilt trip me. We're on vacation, not your servants." Then he says I'm a grown man and that I always blow things out of proportion. I tell him this isn't me being dramatic, I'm in real pain. I need help. He goes, "We already planned this trip. You'll manage. Just order something in." I lower my voice and say, "Thanks for showing me who you really are." He hangs up. I sit there staring at my phone. The group chat's still dead silent. I try calling Mom. Voicemail. Call Dad. Same. So I text my aunt. She replies, "Oh, I thought you were with the family. Are you sure?" I send her a photo, my knee in a brace, empty kitchen behind me. She replies with a thumbs up emoji and let me know if you need anything. The next few hours blur into this weird mix of hunger and rage. I dig around my room and find a stale pack of crackers, better than nothing. I try to order food, but the delivery guy can't get in, so he leaves it by the door. It's cold by the time I manage to drag myself over. I try to laugh at how ridiculous the whole thing is. Later that night, I hear my neighbor pull into the driveway. I ask if he can grab the food for me. He gives me this confused look like, "Where the hell's your family?" I make up some excuse. I check the group chat again, still nothing. Then I see my brother's wife post a selfie on her story, everyone in full ski gear, all grins. My parents are right there in the background. I can't sleep. My mind keeps looping that phone call. I'm not even sad at this point, just furious. All I can think is, how did it get this bad? I've cleaned up their messes so many times. Covered for them. Loaned money. Given rides. Paid bills. Let my brother crash at my place. I'm no saint, but I've never left someone hanging like this. I stay up stewing. Start jotting stuff down in my phone, every favor, every time I bailed them out, everything I paid for, every time my brother needed something and I delivered. Then I start thinking about our shared family finances, how tangled it all is. I'm not saying I'm gonna do something crazy or illegal, but I'm not just gonna lie here eating crackers and hoping for an apology. If they think I'm just gonna let this go, they seriously don't know me. I've got time. And I've got receipts. I'm not even sure what I'll do next, but one thing's clear. I'm done being the family's emergency backup plan. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks for sticking with me. I'll post an update if anything changes, but right now I'm just angry and keeping a running list. And hey, if anyone's got legal ways to get payback, I'm all ears. Because this time, I'm not just letting it slide. Not anymore. Update 1? Yeah, so I'm back. Honestly, didn't expect so many people to read or care about what I wrote before, but I appreciate it, really. It felt good to get it out there. I'm still here in the house, he's still messed up, still limping around solo. No one's dropped by since that one neighbor helped out. It's been a full week since they all took off for their little ski getaway and I'm still just here eating microwave noodles and stewing in silence. And man, the silence is the weirdest part. Not just in the house, which is way too quiet, but also in the group chat. It's like a digital ghost town. Not even a random meme. No one said a word since my brother hung up on me. You'd think someone would at least fake a little concern. I keep finding these little reminders that they left in a rush. A half-drunk mug of coffee in the sink. Coats tossed by the front door like they just shrugged them off and left. I keep opening the fridge like something new might magically appear. Still the same old mustard, some dried-up cheese, and nothing else. I've been keeping track of all the times I missed my meds, set up a note on my phone just to log everything. My alarms go off all day long now. I tried to rearrange things downstairs so I wouldn't have to keep risking the stairs. But even that turned into a mess. I had this weird moment where I sort of slid against the wall, didn't fall, but it scared the hell out of me. I reached out to my aunt again. She asked, "Are you sure they left you like that?" Like maybe I misunderstood the whole thing. I told her, "Why don't you come see for yourself?" She hits me back with, "I'm too busy." I figured I'd try my cousin. Thought maybe he'd stop by or something. He said, "I don't want to get in the middle of you and your brother. You two always argue about dumb stuff." I said, "It's not a fight. I need food." He goes, "Why not just order groceries?" I told him I did. I can't carry them inside. He just says, "Damn man. That sucks." So now I'm stuck ordering single meals at a time, literally one dish, one drink, because I can't manage the weight of bags. It's costing me way more than it should. And yeah, I'm frustrated with myself for not planning better, but I didn't think they'd actually ditch me. Meanwhile, my brother's wife is posting photos of her brand new ski boots. My mom drops a comment under a picture of my brother on a snowy hill, so proud. Nothing about me. Not even a like on my surgery post. So I started documenting things. Took photos of the empty kitchen. Screenshots of the missed meds. Made a spreadsheet tracking every favor I've done for them, money I've paid, things I've fixed, the times I bailed them out. I don't even know what I'll do with it yet, but somehow seeing it all laid out helps me feel a little less crazy. What really messes with me is how they're all pretending this is normal. My brother's always been allowed to treat me like I'm overreacting. Like I'm soft. I know how it looks, he's always been the golden child. The one who gets away with everything because mom and dad think he's working hard or whatever excuse they use. And me? I'm the one who just handles things. I was on a video call with one of mom's friends, not family, just someone who checks in now and then. She's nice. She asked, "Are you sure you're not just being dramatic? Maybe they thought you'd be okay on your own." I said, "I can't get food. I missed medication. I can't even make it up a damn flight of stairs." She changed the subject to her dog. I get it. Nobody wants to believe a family can be that cold. I probably wouldn't have believed it myself a few years ago. But here we are. One night, I thought I heard someone at the door. For a second, I hoped it was one of them finally showing up. Nope, just the neighbor again, taking out his trash. He heard my TV and asked if I was all right. I told him I was fine. I wasn't fine. Truth is, I'm furious. And I've been thinking about all the stuff I do that keeps this whole family glued together. I started that group chat. I'm the one who pays the shared bills. I handle the Netflix account, call the plumber when the sink backs up, mow the lawn when dad's not feeling up to it. I've been the reliable son for as long as I can remember. So I started thinking, what if I stopped? What if I just left the group chat? What if I stopped paying those bills, stopped organizing birthdays, stopped fixing broken crap around the house? What if I pulled my name off the shared accounts? So yeah, I made a list. Every account I manage. Every shared cost. Every favor I've done in the last year. Every time my brother borrowed money and never paid it back. Every single time my parents called needing something and I dropped what I was doing to help. I sent my brother a message. All I said was, hope you're enjoying the trip. He replied, maybe it's time you learn to be more independent. Didn't even bother answering him. 2 days ago, Mom finally texted. She wrote, we'll be back soon. Hope you're okay, sweetie. No apology. No mention of what they did. I didn't reply. I'm not gonna blow up or scream or start some huge fight. That's not my style. But I am done. And they're gonna feel it. See, I know exactly how to hit them where it hurts. Not with yelling, but by removing the foundation they've always leaned on. So, here's what I've started doing. I'm pulling my stuff out of every shared space. Changing passwords on anything that has my name attached to it. Removing myself from any account where I've been the one paying. Letting the group chat go quiet. Skipping the next family dinner even if they beg. Because this time, I'm not coming in to fix what they broke. I guess I just needed to say all this out loud. This story isn't finished yet. And they might think nothing's changed, but they're about to find out how wrong they are. I'm done being the villain for finally putting myself first. Anyway, if you've ever had your own family treat you like a walking tool belt, like your only job is to be useful, then you probably understand where I'm coming from. I'll post another update if they ever decide to grow a conscience or show their faces again. But I'm not sitting around hoping for that. I've got other things in motion. Update 2. So yeah, like I said last time, I'm done being the backup plan. I was honestly curious to see how long it would take before anyone noticed something was off. What shocked me wasn't just that they didn't check in, it was how long it took for the first ripple to even show up. When you're the one quietly keeping all the gears turning behind the scenes, nobody notices until the machine starts falling apart. And the first real sign? It was so dumb it actually made me laugh. My brother texted me asking for the code to the family storage unit. And no, this isn't just some random locker. This is where everybody stashes all the overflow winter clothes, old books, even the ski gear. He goes, hey, can you send the code? I just replied, not available. He follows up with 3 question marks. Then, nothing. Silence. Next day, my mom texts me, sounding all confused, asking why the auto payment for the house insurance failed. I told her I took my name off that account. You'll need to set it up on your own now. She fires back, you can't just do that without saying anything. I said, you all left me here after surgery. I don't owe you anything anymore. Then the texts started pouring in. This time it was my dad, who basically never texts me unless he wants something fixed. He wrote, this isn't like you. I responded, it is now. Look, I'm not out here looking for a fight, but I'm also not about to keep carrying everybody on my back while they treat me like I'm disposable. I went through my bank account and shut off every single recurring payment tied to the house that was under my name, utilities, Wi-Fi, even trash collection. Then I sent a calm, matter-of-fact email to the shared family account. If anyone wants these things to keep working, they'll need to set them up themselves. No drama. Just facts. I already know my brother's gonna be the most ticked off. He's always acting like I'm too emotional, but he's more than happy to lean on me whenever life gets inconvenient. He's got this weird pride thing, like he's the tough one and I'm the soft, needy older brother. But funny how I'm the one he always calls when he needs a ride or a loan. I stopped responding to his messages altogether. Left him on read. Not even pretending anymore. Things got awkward when my parents came back from their trip. I could hear them upstairs, slamming cabinet doors, arguing. Then my mom storms down the hall and swings open the basement door, no knock, no warning. She doesn't even say hi. Just jumps straight in with, why are you acting like this? We're family. You can't just abandon us. I looked her dead in the eye and said, you all left me here after surgery. She says it was just bad timing. Your brother planned the trip months ago. We figured you'd be fine. I told her I wasn't fine. And you didn't care. She said I was being childish. I told her straight, I'm not your safety net anymore. She slammed the door and stomped back upstairs. A few days later, my brother shows up. Probably just wanted to fight in person. He lets himself in and starts in with, you're blowing this way out of proportion. What do you want? For us to beg? I looked him dead in the eye and said, I want you to finally handle your own crap for once. He got in my face, so I pushed him back. Nothing hard. Just enough to make space. He tried puffing up like he was ready to throw down, but come on, he's all bark, no bite. He yelled, "You're tearing this family apart. Mom's upset, Dad's pissed, eh?" I cut him off. Maybe y'all should have thought about that before ditching me when I couldn't walk. He called me a jerk and stormed out like some melodramatic teenager. Meanwhile, everything upstairs started falling apart. Bills weren't getting paid. Mail piling up. The lawn was a jungle. I'd always been the one to mow it. Now, I'd watch through the window while Dad gave it a go and gave up halfway through. Not gonna lie, there was something satisfying about that. A couple days later, my uncle called. Said my parents were asking him to help fix the Wi-Fi. He was like, "What's going on over there?" So I told him exactly what happened. He got quiet for a second, then said, "That's rough, but you know how your mom is. She hates confrontation." I said, maybe she should try preventing it instead of ignoring everything until it explodes. Not everyone took my side, of course. A few cousins texted me saying, "You should just move on. It's family." I told them, yeah, your family would have never left you like that. So why is it fine when it happens to me? But the real thing that got under their skin? The money. My brother texted me raging because the next family event had to be postponed. Guess what? I'm the one who always books the venue. My name's literally on the lease for the shared cabin. I told him, not my problem. I'm removing myself from everything. He said, "You're being spiteful." I said, "No. I'm doing exactly what you taught me." Even my mom started blowing up my phone, calling multiple times a day, bouncing between angry and sweet. One call she's yelling. The next, she's all soft-voiced and begging. I kept it simple every time. Not interested. Not my problem. Some people might say I'm being petty, but this isn't about revenge just to get even. This is about drawing a line. They made it clear I only matter when they need something. Now they're getting a taste of what it feels like when I'm not there to clean up the mess. And I started leaning in, getting more direct. Honestly, it felt good. I called the bank, asked to split our joint account. Took my half. Left the rest to them. I reached out to the property manager for the house. Told them from now on, send all maintenance requests to my parents. I'm out. Blocked my brother on socials for a bit too. Didn't feel like seeing his passive-aggressive posts about loyalty and family betrayal. My phone has been lighting up like a Christmas tree. I haven't checked the group chat in days, but last time I did, it was a wall of panicked messages. Suddenly, everything's urgent. Everything's broken. Too bad. I won't pretend this feels amazing. I'm still stuck down here, still limping around, still frustrated half the time. But at least now I'm not letting them treat me like I don't matter. And no matter how much noise they make, I'm not backing down. This isn't some phase I'm going through. I'm not their backup plan anymore, and I never will be again. They can call, text, plead, try whatever guilt trip they want. I'm not budging. They're going to learn the same hard lesson I had to learn, stuck in this house, by myself. Next post will probably be the last, because honestly, I've made my point. But if you're reading this and you've always been the glue holding your family together, here's a thought. Let them feel what it's like when you stop. Sometimes being the bigger person just means standing your ground and letting people deal with their own mess for once. Final update. You know what's wild? That feeling when your phone won't stop buzzing and you have to flip it face down just to get a moment of peace. All those texts and calls, from the same folks who ignored me when I actually needed them. I woke up this morning to 32 unread messages. Yeah, I counted. Just to be petty. All caps. All guilt. All desperation. Please talk to us. Please pick up. Please don't do this. But just 2 weeks ago, I was invisible. A ghost in my own home. I knew it would eventually come to a head. I expected tension, maybe some drama. But I wasn't expecting this level of chaos. It's been 2 full weeks since I cut myself out of the equation. No more paying their bills. No more fixing what breaks. No more stepping in as their emergency contact. I moved all my things out of the shared areas. Took my name off every account I could. Told the property manager to direct everything to them now. Left the spare keys on the kitchen counter sealed in an envelope. I didn't slam the door, but I didn't look back either. Funny thing is, for the first couple of days it was just quiet. Dead quiet. My parents came home and acted like nothing happened. Like we were still playing house. My brother sent me a meme trying to act casual. As if we hadn't just gone to war. My mom left a voicemail saying, "Hope you're getting some rest. Let us know if you need anything." I deleted it. Then I started seeing it, the effects. Trash piling up on the curb. mail soaking through on the porch, the yard looking like a jungle. And for the first time, I didn't lift a finger. One night, I heard my parents arguing upstairs. Something about the bills. My mom assumed I'd just forgotten to pay. My dad muttered something about how this is what happens when people get too comfortable. My brother tried to play it cool. But when I ignored his calls, he rang me 3 times back to back, then showed up at the house and banged on the door. I let him yell all he wanted, but I never unlocked it. He accused me of being childish. I heard something crash, probably the recycling bin. Yeah, real mature. A few days later, my aunt texted, "Your mom's worried. Can you call her?" I replied, "I'm fine." She asked, "Are you sure you're not overreacting?" So I sent her a photo, my empty kitchen from last week, just to make a point. She never responded. Later, my cousin messaged me on Instagram saying, "You should just let it go. Family is family." I told him, "Not when they leave you to rot and go skiing." He left me on read. The best part, honestly, was watching them scramble. My brother tried to organize a family dinner. Usually, I'm the one who sets up the invites, sends reminders, books the spot. This time, he blasted a group text. Barely anyone replied. My parents tried getting into the storage unit, the one I'd changed the code on. And yep, they actually called customer service to complain. I got a call from the manager asking if I wanted to transfer the account. I said, yes, put it in their name. I'm done. Eventually, my dad broke down and called me with the usual lines. "You're making this bigger than it is. You're stressing your mother out." I told him, "I was sick, and you all went skiing." He hung up. After that, little things started shifting. My mom couldn't figure out how to pay the bills online. She called me all frustrated. I said, "I'm not on those accounts anymore. Ask Dad." She called me cruel. I said, "I'm just looking out for myself, just like you taught me to." She slammed the phone down. Last week, I ran into my brother at the store. Real awkward. He tried to lighten the mood with a joke. "So you're ghosting the whole family now?" I looked at him and said, "You told me you're not my servant, so I guess you don't need me for anything." He chuckled nervously, but I just walked away. The final straw? The family group chat is just flooded now. Message after message from everyone: Mom, Dad, my brother, even my aunt. "Please talk to us. We're begging. What do you want from us? We're family. We didn't mean it." 32 messages. One morning. And not a single one says, "Sorry." Not one. I won't pretend this has been easy. It hasn't. It sucked. I'm still limping around. Still working through the basics. Still figuring out how to do things solo. But the difference now, I know I'm doing it for myself. Not for people who'd leave me in the dust when I was down. Now I've got my own account. My own food in the fridge. My own setup. And the only person I really talk to these days is the neighbor. And honestly, he's done more for me than my entire family ever did. Will they ever truly get it? I doubt it. They'll probably pretend none of this ever happened. My mom might tell her friends I'm going through something. My brother'll keep cracking jokes behind my back. But I've stopped caring. I'm not blocking anyone, but I'm not answering either. I let the messages build up. Sometimes I scroll through them just to see how desperate it's gotten. Maybe that makes me sound petty. But after everything, it feels justified. And if you're waiting for some big emotional reunion scene, some hug-it-out finale, that's not happening. I'm not the family fixer anymore. They showed me exactly where I stood. And now, I'm just showing them the same thing in return. So yeah, 32 messages. All pleading. All way too late. I'm good right here. If something crazy happens, maybe I'll share. But honestly, I think this is the end of the story. And if you're someone who's always cleaning up after everyone else, maybe just stop. Step back. Let them see how fast everything falls apart without you. You might be surprised who notices.